No warnings. Rob, you're ejected. This is Corey, and this is the Anthem podcast.
I don't. Wait, what kind of accent does he have?
Oh, God.
It's like Nicaraguan, maybe? Cuban?
I can't. No, he's not Cuban.
I'll just go with Dr. Nick. Good afternoon, everybody.
Why must you toss me out of the game?
Why are you tossing me out? I did not do anything.
I think my favorite part of him being tossed is like the way he puts his hands on his hips, like really now.
What did I do? What did I do? I don't even know what I did.
If I was gonna throw at somebody, you'd know it.
Let's start out with a big thank you to everybody who came out last week to the live event. That was fantastic. Good to see you all out there.
It was a lot of fun.
Yes, it was.
And now I have more beer than I'll ever know what to do with.
You still have beer left over?
Yeah.
Lightweights.
This whole fridge is just filled with beer. Just completely.
Listen, since college, I've learned that's never really a complaint you want to have.
No.
There are children in Africa who would love a beer right now.
They're like the people who ask for a cigarette, though, and when you pull out a pack of menthols, it's just like, oh, never mind.
Okay.
The kids in Africa are just like, please, I'm just dying for a beer. And it's just like, oh, wait a minute, is that Natty Bell? Never mind.
I'm good.
Oh, I think I'm going to hold out for a Bud Ice.
Anyway, so you know who's not having a good afternoon this week?
Oh, real quick before we get into that.
God damn it! Nothing but stepping on my segues.
Real quick before we get into that,
sure.
I had one other thank you.
Okay.
I put it on Facebook, but again, for anybody who's listening, thank you for the many birthday wishes.
Oh, that's right. That happened this week.
Yeah.
How old are you now?
31.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Does it feel as old as I feel? Do you feel as old as
30,
I feel?
30 actually did feel like a year where like I aged tremendously. Like, I was 29, I'm feeling like, oh, there's absolutely nothing wrong with me. And then all of a sudden, 30, I'm just like, ugh. But you know who's not going to be able to go out and celebrate their birthday anymore?
Who's that?
Aaron Hernandez.
Nice.
Hooray!
It's nice. Yeah, so I'm sure everybody has seen that on the news, all of that fun stuff having to do with him. So obviously, justice was served. It was swift, and it was sweet, I think, for everybody. Yeah? We can all agree that, right?
I guess.
I feel like you're wavering on that.
Well, I'm not, like, really all in on the... I mean, like, if the jury says that he's guilty, then I'm going to go with them, because they've been given a lot more evidence than I have.
You know, don't trust juries. They're the worst.
But I feel like...
Says the lawyer.
He's not the best lawyer in Maryland for nothing, folks.
Oh, but anyway, so the jury found him guilty.
Yeah, so I guess I'm okay with it.
Right.
I just feel like I would have liked to have a witness or a murder weapon.
Okay.
That's just me.
There have been murder convictions on less. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, and that's why I'm not really that, like, hell-bent about it.
And if he had gotten off, would you be feeling the same way? Or would you say, oh, come on, there was so much. There's to convict him on.
No, because if he got off, I would probably say, like, you know, well, obviously they didn't have enough to convict him.
On that murder charge.
He's
still got 2 more comments.
Yeah,
So,
he still has more murder charges to face, but...
By the way, you have millions of dollars.
I wonder if they ship him to Florida, like The Thing, like or like King Kong,
yeah,
like chained up, in the back of a train, like, oh, Aaron Hernandez angry. Don't give that guy a gun. Don't give him a gun.
I gotta ask, like, seriously, you have millions of dollars. You're a professional football player, and you start murdering people? Like, you're still hanging out with the same jackasses you went to high school with?
Well, you know, that's part of the thing, though. Like, you know, kind of like Scientology, how they have so much dirt on you that you can't ever leave.
Is that what it is?
When you grow up in a rough gang-related neighborhood like Aaron Hernandez did, I imagine you don't want to, like, just, like, peace out on all these people who, like, have a shit ton of dirt on you.
Wait, so you don't defend Aaron Hernandez, though?
No, I'm fine with whatever the jury came up with.
You just don't think he was guilty?
No, I think he's guilty as shit.
They just didn't have the evidence to prove it.
Right.
Okay. Evidence schmevidence. But speaking of another rich and privileged-ass person who is in the news this week, did you see that Britt McHenry video.
I did. Where do you stand on this?
If I can make a headline for that video, spoiled white bitch loses her shit. Now that would be on any newspaper in the country.
Except for maybe a dead drop.
Maybe a dead drop. Spoiled white bitch loses her shit. But, no, so I asked you, and you fucking defended her.
I'm slightly defending her.
Okay, why?
I'm not ready to run Britt McHenry out of town.
Okay.
And I have several reasons why.
Okay.
Number one, that video was super heavily edited. And apparently, like when she said things like, like, well, why don't you lose weight, fat bitch, or whatever it was.
Right. Why don't you lose some weight, honey? Yeah.
Like, apparently right before that, the woman who worked for the towing company was just like, yeah, why don't you dye your roots, bitch, or something like that.
Okay.
And then she was, it was antagonizing on both ends, but you only get the one end. And then you get the towing company releasing statements saying, like, hey, everybody, why don't we relax on Britt McHenry to make it look like they're the good,
Right.
Of course, they were shopping that video to TMZ and ESPN trying to make money off of it.
Right.
Like tow truck companies do.
Right.
And furthermore, this is point two, that tow truck company in particular has a very shitty reputation according to the internet. They have an F from the Better Business Bureau.
Okay.
Their Yelp page is filled with all kinds of horrifying stories. After the news came out of what tow company it was, there was a story about a guy who ran into a store. Like, there's a parking lot where you're allowed to park, but apparently, like, there's, like, a strict limit.
Okay.
Like, 30 minutes. And they just started to tow him, like, right at 30.
Right.
And when he came back out of the car, he was screaming and carrying on, like, like, what the fuck are you doing? And apparently he had kids in the back seat. And they didn't check for the kids before they started hooking up the car to tow it away.
Sure. Terrifying kids. That's good.
Yeah, all kinds of shit like that.
Sure.
So, and I can't really, if I would feel better if I saw the entire video undoctored.
Well, and here's the thing: it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to me that they edited it up. You are a professional. She realized she was on video. At one point, she looks up at the video and she's like, "Well, fuck you. I don't care if I'm fucking on video." Like, you have to take your medicine. Take your medicine. That happens.
There are so few times in life, or so few people who are hated like towing companies.
Right.
And of those hated things, like the IRS.
Yeah, I hate them.
Or traffic wardens, like meter maids.
Right.
Like, most of these people you don't see. Like, they come in and out. Like, the IRS, there's nobody... You don't go to an office and yell at some guy.
You could.
Hypothetically, you could.
Probably
but, I mean, like...
maced or tased, though.
Right. Like, the DMV... If you go to the MVA, you can yell at somebody, but you're not getting anything done.
There is a... When you reach a certain level, I think you need to act a certain way. She is somewhat famous and somewhat wealthy, and you got to start treating people better than they treat you. Yeah. And that's not saying, oh, I guess if I was a college dropout, I could come work here, huh? Well, I guess if I had a few less teeth, I guess if, I
also think we should probably downplay how wealthy she is, because I don't imagine, I imagine she's making a lot more money than me and you. Right. Combined. Right. But, it's not like she's...
See, but I hate when people
It's not like she's Keith Olbermann. She's not making...
I hate when people do that. Don't excuse it. She's treating people who are barely getting by like garbage.
If anybody treated anybody like that, you'd be like... If somebody made 12 cents an hour at the dirt factory, do you think you would be like, well, that guy works at a dirt factory, so he's allowed to lash out every once in a while?
No, but I would say that as somebody who was in the same position as the tow truck driver lady would have a little more understanding. Like, man, I work the MBA. I know you're just doing your job. It fucking sucks. I'm going to bitch a little bit, but it's okay. Yeah. The difference is she says, I am too good for this. Why am I here? I'm in this dirt hole. I'm on TV. You're in a trailer. Yeah. So much white, wealthy privilege. I just want to smack her. So she acted like a spoiled white bitch. Just don't. Just don't. Have a little respect for people who are killing themselves to stay alive. She is paid. Listen, Britt McHenry, no matter what you think about how skilled you are, you are paid to be blonde and young and pretty and know just enough about sports to keep guys who have very low intelligence occupied at the television. And I know in that I've insulted a lot of people, and I'm aware, and fuck all of you. But as soon
She
as...
has a fucking journalism degree, sir.
Maybe I should have just been a college dropout. You have a journalism degree. That's not a real college. Send your complaints to Corey@Anthem.com. But no, I mean, like, listen, it's... When she is not one of those things anymore, she will be fired.
Yeah.
So if she was to put on a bunch of weight, fired.
Right.
If she, when she gets older, fired.
Yeah.
If she got into...
If she ages.
If she, like a vamp, she's bathing in baby's blood. You heard it here first. Britt McHenry bathes in baby's blood.
Another headline for that job.
But no, I mean, like, if she puts on weight, if she had some kind of accident that scarred her face and she was scarred, you're not a good analyst. You're not an analyst. They script you something and you stand on the side of the field,
the building,
and you look pretty.
Yeah,
that's what you do. Don't act like you're so fucking high and mighty. But God, it depresses me. I mean, when I see stuff like that, I'm on the one hand, I'm thinking, look, aren't you super rich? And how much did it hurt her to pay the $600 towing to get out?
It's not.
No. You or I mean, as rich as I am, I still am not like movie star, TV star.
Well, I have a very, very rich trust fund I could just extract from anytime.
But I mean, like,
anytime I need to pay a parking ticket, I'm just like, oh, well, looks like I'm going to the bank.
For most average people, $600 to get your car out is like
going to the rich person bank to get my rich person money so I can pay my minor inconveniences.
Gold doubloons. Do you accept gold doubloons?
just walk up and drop a brick of gold on.
I think that'll cover it.
Is this enough? Huh, you fucking bitch?
Anyway, but no, $600 for most
Maybe
people.
if you had a fucking education, you'd have a brick of gold.
And that's the only way that rant could have gotten more pretentious. Is if she comes up and she's like, do you have a scanner for one of these black cards that I have? No? How about gold? Do you take gold? You fucking bitch. Anyway, $600 for most people is we got to shift some stuff around situation.
Yeah.
It's not for her. Literally, she had the cash in her purse to get the car out of hock.
Yeah.
Come on. But she had to give it attitude. It's the 1% problem again, and she's not 1%, but you know what I mean. The rich versus the poor.
Right. You're going to say, the world I want to live in is a world of Superman and Batman in the same movie.
Well, no, because here's the thing. I don't really like Superman.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Johnny get two good shoes, you know what I mean? Or Johnny Goody two shoes.
What I don't like about Superman is that literally nothing kills him except for kryptonite, which apparently is prevalent in Metropolis. But like,
well, first of all,
you shoot bullets at him.
Did you ever read the comics?
No.
Okay, see, I don't like the inconsistency that like he can shrug off bullets and he can like pick up a whole building, and then later on he's like struggling to pick up the car to throw it at the guy. Like, come on, man! If you can pick up a building, the car is nothing.
Yeah, I like how he flies so fast that he can alter the rotation of the Earth.
But there's ever a time when he's late to something.
Who was it? I think it was Kevin Smith who was just like, well, how does Superman fly faster? Does he just extra like
force it?
Like at a certain point, like so Superman has like all his things going on. That's fine.
Right.
But like at a certain point, if you're flying around with Lois Lane, like if you're flying super fast, doesn't her skin like rip off her body? And
she's not super.
Right. She's very unsuper.
In fact, I think that
she's got a super ass.
Am
I right? High five. Bam.
I had a discussion sometime, and I'm gonna say that
there's us reducing a journalist to her physical appearance again. Lois Lane, Britt McHenry.
Like the same person. We went to a really dark place.
We did?
Much like the Batman vs Superman trailer, which was surprisingly gritty for me.
Yeah, it was a little.
Did you see Man of Steel?
Yeah.
It had like a dark hue, but it was very like.
It was still a Superman.
Superman movie. And then, first of all, Ben Affleck is Batman. Really?
As of the time of this recording,
Yeah.
the good trailer, like the good quality trailer, hasn't come out yet.
Right, expecting it on Monday.
So all I've seen is the shitty trailer, where I can't really get any kind of sense of like what's going on.
So do a Christian Bale Batman for me if you can.
Like when he's Batman.
Yeah.
Like oh god, where is he?
Get over here.
That's Scorpion.
Oh shit!
Get over here.
All right, so give me the what was it?
Where is he? Like,
that's Christian Bale as Batman.
Yeah.
So Ben Affleck's Batman, when it's not, well, a side effect is really just Ben Affleck's fat face crushing together, gritting his teeth, and then saying badass stuff at the low level. So he's like, "Hello, Superman." Like, I'm like, that's not a badass voice. That is your fat ass face smashing together in a plastic costume.
Yep, that's right, Ben Affleck. Rob called your face fat. At Robert N. Cheek on all your social media.
Exactly right, Ben.
Come get some.
And then so there's a big metal suit, and I assume that the metal suit is how they're gonna to fight that Superman could rip Batman in half because he's immortal, and Superman is not. So I imagine the suit is probably made of kryptonite or something. I don't know. So he's in the metal suit, and he says, "Do you even bleed?" In a metallic voice. Again, fat ass Ben Affleck face smashed together with a metallic tone to it.
Yeah.
What I can't remember. Is it do you bleed? You will. And that's it.
Yeah.
Like, so I was not impressed. And basically, the conversation I had with a bunch of nerds, because I have friends who are nerds, and I was like, you know what? I'm not impressed. Let me see if the professionals, quote unquote professionals, are. And they're like, oh, it was great. Because I realized that DC will never make a good movie. So let's just depend on Marvel.
You know what? Another movie I'm probably not going to see.
You better not see it. No.
Star Wars.
How are you not going to see that?
Well, I haven't seen any of them up until this point, so.
Have a great week, everybody.
I'm sorry. I've tried. I've tried.
You have never seen any of the movies?
Like about 20 minutes of the first one.
The first one meaning Jar Jar? 21st
No. Like
four?
the first.
Yeah, New Hope.
New Hope.
I can't. How can you never seen Star Wars?
Mm-hmm.
How have you never seen?
Just doesn't do it for me.
How do you function in society?
No. I have had very, very detailed or inspired arguments with people about Star Wars.
Yeah.
Despite not having seen any of it.
So you're not going to see.
I probably know more about Star Wars than some people who have seen Star Wars.
Yeah, maybe like fangirls, but
yeah, or just like fan people. Like there's somebody who's just like, yeah, Star Wars is my favorite film, and I could probably beat them in like a Star Wars trivia knowledge thing.
But you're not gonna. I can't even comprehend how you would not see that. It's gonna be amazing.
It really just doesn't do it for me. No, nothing against the people who love it.
Yeah,
because obviously there's a lot of them out there. Mm-hmm. But I hope you're still listening.
We just lost half the listeners. I have faithfully watched every single Star Wars.
People who like Star Wars and people who listen to podcasts aren't mutually exclusive.
Is that right? Is that a statistical fact? Because I would argue against
99% of people who listen to podcasts don't like Star Wars.
I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true either.
Anywho, OTheAnthem.com, Corey at OTheAnthem.com, OTheAnthem on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, YouTube, and the listener line, 443-219-7595.
What's that number again?
443-219-7595. And I think we're going to start just tweeting out every time we're about to record.
Yeah, we did this week.
Yeah.
I think we might have caught people by surprise, though, and they didn't expect it. Because I don't know why. I just was like, let's do that. Let's see what happens.
Texting would probably be the best way to go.
Sure.
If you're going to do it like while we're on the show.
Or text and we will call you and put you live on the air.
Yeah.
So you can reach me at all your social networks at Robert N. Cheek, foundingthefuture.us, itdeaddrop.com, themovementinsurrection.com. Make sure you like us on Facebook and everywhere else.
I think we've done good.
I think we've done something, that's true. I don't know if it's good or not. Anyway, as always, you've been listening to the O The Anthem podcast, part of the O The Anthem digital network. For Corey, this is Rob. Have a great week, everybody.
Discount on Aaron Hernandez.